welcome back. On today's episode, we are going to go through the measurement section of the workflow. So as you can see here, once you have confirmed your annular plane and your center line, you can click confirm on the right-hand side, and this will take you through to the dashboard where you can start your measurements. Once I double click into the annulus, this is going to be the first area that we're going to take our measurements. We're going to grab our Polygon tool, which is the third one from the left. Up the top here, it kind of looks like a jelly bean. And we're going to start clicking all the way around the annulus. What we want to do here is make sure that we're not going outside in the shadows and we're not coming inside, because we still need to take consideration for that annular plane. But we continue to click all the way around until that polygon closes. Then we can come back and check all of our markers. So if you hover over a marker, you can select it and drag it out to check if there's any shadow or any movement or anything like that. Same thing, you can move them in. You can also right click and delete them. You can add more markers depending on your preference of what you've done. However, once you start, you're going to add lots of markers in there, and the more experience you get, the less you will add. And you kind of want your annulus a little bit smoother, because the more markers that you add on to this plane, the more pointy it will become and the bigger your perimeter will be. So if you're sizing off a valve with perimeter size guide, then that's going to also affect it as well. Here you can also adjust. So you just hover over the marker. You can delete them by right clicking on them, and then you can add anything in. However, this is really good just to see the min, max, average, area, and perimeter as your standard. Once you're happy with this area, then you can double left click in the background and it will take you back to the dashboard. And then what we're going to do is actually go down into our LVOT. So whether you do 3, 4, 5, 6, just depending what kind of valve you're looking at deploying. Usually as a standard, I work at 3 and 5. So for this one, we're just going to use 3, and we're going to use the same Polygon tool and come all the way around again. You can use the automatic function. However, it is best to learn when you're learning 3mensio how to do it manually, because sometimes it doesn't always correctly pick it up, especially if there's movement artifact. Then you can also double click back out and assign this with a right click to your annular or LVOT dimensions, and this will add it onto the graph on the first page of the report for you. I will go over reporting in another episode. However, I have grabbed another case to show you as an example, because a lot of people get confused when there's calcium inside the annulus or LVOT. All other calcium in the anatomy, we're always going to exclude. However, if it's an annulus or LVOT, we're going to cut smack bang in the middle of it, because we don't want to exclude it and we don't want to include it. So we'll go back to our annular plane at 0, 0, and then we will start to do our measurements. So I've already placed the markers on this one, but we're going to do our Polygon tool, and then we're just going to place it all the way around and then go smack bang through the middle of that calcium, just as if it was not there, but we know that that's where our annulus would be. So we can see this here. You can adjust things a little bit. It's not the greatest CT. However, it was the first one that I could find that had calcium in that annulus area for you to see. Then same thing applies in the LVOT. However, just a reminder, in all other areas, we're going to exclude calcium. Hopefully that was helpful for you. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next episode.